Everyone talks about read English, watch English movies, but nobody talks about how to practice, what to practice, till when to practice. Today I'm going to talk about 5 daily practices that can change your English instantly and also something that changed mine phenomenally. First, talk to yourself in English. This should be the first thing that you do right after you wake up, that you speak to yourself in English out loud about what are you thinking, what are you feeling, and how do you want your day to be. When you do this on a daily basis, you are actually making yourself as your practice partner, because most of the people wait for conversation to practice, and that is where you are trapped. The second practice is shadow. Pick any English speaker you admire. It could be a YouTuber, podcaster, TEDx speaker, and repeat after every sentence. Your job is not to adhere to what you speak, but it is simply to focus on what he says. His tone becomes yours. His sentence becomes yours. His confidence becomes yours. You are not copying, but you are training your brain to flow, as in how English moves. The third practice is record yourself. You can record yourself in 2 ways. First, when you pick any topic that you enjoy talking about, could be fruit, vegetable, cuisine, friends, places, and talk about it for around 45 seconds and put the recorder on. Second way is you do the same, exactly same, by just putting the headphone or your speaker on, so that you are not adhering to what you are saying. You are simply focusing to speak up. And then you will find the second one with the speakers on to be the better version of what you say, because you are carefree and you are not being judgmental to what you said. The fourth practice is to read out loud. Most of the time what happens is that while we read, we don't comprehend. And we catch words which our brain visualizes and not the ones that are actually mentioned or written in the text. So you have to pick one passage, editorial, news, book, pick any context and simply read out loud. Because when you do silent reading, your brain is scanning, not your mouth. But when you vocalize, you're actually training your mouth as well as your brain to get that clarity to what is written and not what your brain visualizes. And the fifth technique is to learn phrases. English is not about words. English is about expression. Like I always mention, it is a transactional language. So when you learn phrases like, for example, sorry, instead of sorry, you can say, I apologize for the confusion. I think. Instead, just I think, you can say, I think what you mean is, and so on. Or agree. Instead of agree, you can simply say, I agree to what you say, but I feel that, and go on. So when you make those phrases, you're actually training your brain and training yourself to learn the expression. And this technique is something which actually helped me. So if you make this habit of learning 5 phrases on a daily basis, you're actually going to get your hands on something that you have been afraid for. But you are going to reap the benefit out of all these exercises only when you practice it on a daily basis. So do come back after you are done with all these 5, because I'll soon meet you with the second part of these exercises, which are going to make it more deeper. So wait for the second part. Till then, take care. Namaste.